Please, a video of Azeron.
Azeron was established in 2019. In less than 5 years, we have shipped our products to over 100 countries worldwide. Our keypads enhance gaming experiences and boost productivity for a variety of PC applications. The keypads are ergonomically adjustable for each user's hand. Some of our clients are individuals with special needs. With our products, they got back into gaming and creative activities such as 3D modeling, photo and video editing. Until now, we've been crafting custom keypads for clients with deformed fingers and palms through one-on-one communication and individual designs. The prototype ordering platform introduced in this project will allow to streamline the process. The key outcomes of the project include the creation of keypad modules for clients with disabilities, the creation of an online platform prototype that enables customers to order keypads with various modules. This platform enables choosing keypad sizes, palm rest types, color schemes, and modules for specific needs. Some clients might prefer a design change, such as adding a thumbstick instead of keys on the four-finger tower. Azeron has deepened its partnership with Riga University Klaisti Science Hub, which focused on the testing of keypad modules. We carried out ergonomics assessments, and experts analyzed hand muscle activity during the use of keyboards and project-developed modules. We are very pleased with our collaboration with the experts from Kaizen Institute Norway. They visited our production facilities, and in 3 days of intensive sessions, we received valuable advice on numerous production process improvements. Norway grants allowed Azeron to pursue planned concepts and execute tasks in developing the product modules and the ordering platform. Norway grant support helped us fulfill our ideas.
Thank you, Azeron. A very nice insight. DATI Group have been providing dependable IT services for more than 30 years, from tools for business intelligence, cybersecurity to traditional or cloud infrastructure. Solutions created by the company meet the requirements of local companies and international organizations, for example, such as NATO. And the new cloud solution platform will feature big data analytics tools, including a resource-efficient computing task optimization solution. I will invite Rasa Gulbe, board member of DATI Group, to tell about the project more.
Good afternoon. My name is Rasa, and I am the COO of DATI Group. And today I wanted to talk a bit more, not only about what we created in our Norwegian grant project, but also how that is helping us grow and enter new international markets. So, as mentioned, DATI Group is an IT infrastructure company, and we have been in the market since 1993. So we've seen a lot of changes in the infrastructure landscape, starting from back in the day when IT infrastructure meant that we sold computers and installed software on them, provided support, to nowadays when it mostly means cloud computing. And since 2015, that has been our core focus. But unfortunately, our focus had been on creating, deploying, and supporting private and hybrid cloud infrastructures. And we identified that there was a large untapped market, which was mostly those organizations that did not have their own data centers. They did not have the IT capacity to deploy a private or a hybrid cloud, but companies that needed that computing power for advanced analytics. And so we started looking for funding opportunities. And what we found was the Norway grants. And we started working on this concept of providing cloud hosting services for software developers with already predefined, pre-configured analytics modules that would enable them to tap into basically AI and big data analytics without needing extra equipment, extra capacity, be it specialists or IT equipment as such. And so within the scope of the program, our goal was to create a novel service which was comprised of two parts. And if you want to understand basically data center services, then you have to understand that they are comprised of two major components. One is the data center and the other is the services. The data center, unfortunately, up to this day, is a very inefficient thing. It consumes electricity constantly generates heat and noise, and unfortunately doesn't reuse a lot of the materials invested in it. On the other hand, we have the services, which are intended to add additional value to our customers, because, let's be honest, most of us don't think about where our data is stored, how is it processed. We care about the end result. So what is the value that I can get out of my data? It doesn't matter if it's in Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. And that was exactly what we saw, that most companies chose these large cloud service providers. And so within the project, we tried to create services that would rival those of hyperscaler clouds, but offer them in a localized, customized manner for software developers. As a result of the project, we have managed to create new places of employment, also for people who are above the age of 50. And our plans are to mainly go beyond Latvia into the Baltics and further into the EU. So as I mentioned, part of the project was creating a more sustainable data center. And we looked at basically blockchain developers for inspiration. So we created it in a container, and we used the resources we could to divert the heat from equipment to nearby office buildings, thus reducing the energy necessary for cooling, as well as reducing energy consumption needs overall. Additionally, we deployed a cloud platform developed by us based on open source technologies called Flex Cloud. And thus came to be Flex Cloud Services. The concept was to create customized hosting services for developers, which include already pre-configured Kubernetes deployments, managed analytics deployments, everything necessary for analytics if you need them one click away. But historically, we had focused on infrastructure. We had experts in cloud computing, not so much on energy efficiency. So that was where our Norwegian partner came into play. And not to scare you, but the path to the partnership was not very quick, but that ensured that our partnership lasted and that it has continued beyond the scope of the project. So it all started with a visit to a networking event in Oslo and an information session. And after a couple of very dynamic one-on-one sessions, follow-ups and interactions, we actually managed to identify the perfect partner for us, which was Norsk Energi. And Norsk Energi specialized in energy consulting, energy efficiency consulting, and have been doing this for more than 100 years. So their help was exactly what we needed to figure out how do we make the data center itself more energy efficient. So not only did they evaluate the operations of our current computing infrastructure and suggested how that could be improved, but also they organized experience exchange events for our team so that they could learn from Norwegian data center operators. And that's another important thing. Norway is big on computing services. They are big on data centers. So the experience that they have gathered here on how to make that more sustainable is really something that we couldn't find in the region before. So thank you, and I wish a pleasant rest of the event.
Thank you very much, Rasa. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them. Next story is about Reacto, and Reacto is developing portable bioreactors that allow biotechnologists to study microorganism fermentations in a quicker and more affordable way. Reactor bridges the gap between bench and production, providing a device which maintains the functionality of industrial bioreactors and the flexibility of bench work. Connect reactor and gain access to a worldwide community that adds infinite value to the product. So please, let's see the video.
I'm Philip from Team Jurenoks, and we're making a small and portable bioreactor that can be used by biotechnologists to develop their processes in a more easy and affordable way that it is done at the current moment. Our reactor has all features necessary for bioprocess development and strain selections, such as controlling functions of temperature, mixing, aeration, substrate addition. We can monitor growth of the microorganisms, and basically our tool helps scientists to find perfect conditions for microorganism growth in a matter of day, not weeks, as it is happening now. During the course at the Innovation Academy, we realized one important thing, that we are ready to sell our products. Before we were developing it and to perfection, trying to add more and more features, but now we saw that we have to move forward, and Inno also helped us a lot with understanding how we should approach sales. And this is what we are planning to do in upcoming months. So thank you, Inno, Leah, and looking forward to what's coming next.
Thank you. The biotechnology startup Cellbox Labs is developing organs on a chip that could help pharmaceutical companies test new drugs more efficiently. The company has stated that they would want to achieve unicorn status. To become a unicorn and to be worth more than $1 billion, the pace of development must be accelerated. And let's hear the story from Rimša, CTO and co-founder of Cellbox Labs.
Hello. Right, my name is Robert. I'm from Cellbox Labs, and we are developing miniature human organ replicas called organs on a chip to help pharma companies develop drugs faster and more efficiently. We usually start this off with a pretty grim example. Back in the 80s, Eli Lilly developed a drug called Benexoprofen, which was an anti-inflammatory drug. They tested it on all sorts of animal models, mice, monkeys, as well as dogs, which showed excellent efficacy and no human toxicity. This allowed them to move on to phase 1 and phase 2 trials throughout the drug discovery process and do an early release in UK before going on to the phase 3, which resulted horrendously in 60 people worth of death and immediate stop of the development process. This took more than 16 years and costed Eli Lilly more than $1.3 billion currently. Now, we normally, and these days, don't see the same process happening at the same scale, largely owing to the regulations that have improved. But still, what you see is that throughout the drug discovery process, we are letting through human toxic compounds. As many as 90% of the compounds do fail, going from animal trials all the way to human clinical trials, which effectively means that drugs fail more often than startups do. This mostly stems from the fact that we are testing drugs on either static Petri dish models, but humans are not lying on the bed all day long, or we're testing it on animals. And as sad as it sounds, humans are not 70-kilo heavy mice. And this is where organs on chip come in. We can take human cells and culture them in microchannels, thus mimicking the microenvironment normally seen in a human organ. Having started background beforehand, what we did, as opposed to every other organ chip company in this field, we built the product backwards. We spoke to quite a few farm companies before starting. Then we engineered the chips as well as the instrument, which partly was developed through the prototype process, and owing here thanks to Kristens from RTO, to bring this novel testing approach to the market and help farm companies accelerate their research and reduce their failure rate. So effectively, an organ chip, as I said, is a USB-sized device with small, tiny grooves inside. So we have 2 channels vertically stacked where we take human cells. We can put, in the case of a gut cell, we can put human gut cells in one side of the channel. Then we put human blood vessel cells on the other side. And through application of fluid flow, it's like tiny, tiny fluid flow, this stimulates the cells such that they would feel like they are in a human body, thus recapitulating some of the human organ functions that we normally see, and serving as a better model for drug developers. We have done this, and we have started off with gut-on-chip model. So we're modeling human intestine functions. One of our first examples was leaky gut. It's a disease where your blood is basically contaminated with microbes and toxins, allowing contents from the gut through your blood, through your vessels. We have been able to recapitulate that leaky gut disease on a chip from human cells using human sample patient microbiome, but without taking the physical human intestine out of the patient. This has allowed us, one, to fundraise our first pre-seed fundraising round, as well as being able to talk to a lot of farm companies. We currently have letter of interest from Sanofi. We have spoken to GSK, Merck, Roche, AstraZeneca, and others that are interested in taking further this concept. We're a team of engineers and biologists. This is a highly interdisciplinary field. We're continuously hiring new people. And as I'm winding off, I want to leave you with a small tidbit of how the future might look like. Now, we have been working on lung and gut on chip models. And there's a reason why our models have blood vessels inside them. Because what we could effectively do is we could reconnect multiple of these organ and chip models together, thus trying to replicate the systemic response that you'd see from a human. Eventually reducing the animal use throughout the drug discovery process, but also, hopefully, one day being able to simulate the human response without ever actually inducing the drugs to the humans. Thank you. My name is Rimša, and I'll hang around for a bit after this.
Thank you very much, Robert. Our next project is called SIA Get You Go. It's a company which is working with a specific technology, teleoperation. With this technology, it is possible to drive and control different vehicles from big distances. And let's see the video about the project.
We are a company that is working with a specific technology which is called teleoperation, which means that with our technology you can drive and control different vehicles and machines from big distance. So we are removing the driver out of the car, out of the vehicle. We are putting the driver in office behind the steering wheel and a monitor like this, and he can drive this vehicle from big distance. When Norway grants were announced, then we were looking for different partners, and we found through this Explorer platform, we found a company called Applied Autonomy. And with this project idea, we would basically remove the need for physical drivers, and we would replace those cars with the drivers with driverless vehicle, which would be semi-autonomous, semi-remotely controlled, and we would, in this way, with this new technology, guide the vehicles in the industrial park. So with help of Norway grants, we have managed to take this idea from a PowerPoint idea to a real work in industrial park, and basically we have learned a lot from this project, and we have, in a way, we have built a prototype for new product and for new service.
Our next project is called SmartTEH Ltd, and it's an industrial equipment engineering and production company, which has been launched on the year 2016, and they ensure both individual equipment design, production and assembly, as well the complex transport and conveyor system design and realization. But Mārtiņš, Niķis, CEO of SmartTEH, is here, and he will explain more to you.
Hello everyone. So my name is Mārtiņš. I'm CEO of company SmartTEH. First of all, I would like to thank Norway Grants and LIA for supporting us. So this is our first experience in acquiring or participating in such support from governmental institutions. So hopefully everything will be great. At the end, I will show you the concept which we managed to make during the project. So a little bit about our company. We are 8 years in the market, working globally. In the picture you can see the most famous of our equipment, machines, which is helping to load sea containers, and not only sea containers but also trucks. So basically it's made in 5 minutes, and this is significantly reducing the operations in manufacturing sites, ports and so on. So about us, we have an engineering team of 5 people. We have projects in more than already 23 countries, and our team is 35 people, including manufacturing. So a little bit about our industry, or the industry we are in. One of the first presentations I heard about transportation challenges in the world, and we agree with that, and we totally see that the world is changing, and not only these pollution and green energy efforts, but also labor costs, and the people more and more tend not to work with their hands, so everybody is looking for automation. So therefore we are looking also in the ways how we can help industry to avoid these challenges and to make things more automated, and also help reducing the footprint. So during all these 8 years, listening to the stories of customers from different parts of the world, so we were listening and hearing these cases and understanding that they are so different, and to offer one general solution, it's impossible. So you have to keep on developing, have to keep on trying, finding some new technical possibilities how to unload, load in our case. And this in our case is quite a challenge, because the machines are big, the machines are heavy, and cost a lot of money. So that's why for us it's the project, and the Norway grant support was kind of endorsement, just to try to go for the idea which we came up with potential customer from India. So basically the challenge was to load containers in a really high amount per day, around 100 containers, without pallets and without workforce, just supplying it from automated warehouse. And to be honest, I was just recently participating in several exhibitions in the world in this field, like e-commerce is driving force, which is developing all the automated warehouses and everything, but nobody is taking care about the automated last stage of the loading. So there is potential for us. So this kind of also inspired us a little bit more. So here is a little bit animation, so for you to understand more what is happening. So basically the pallets are delivered from the warehouse or the manufacturing site. They are flipped around 180 degrees, and the pallet is removed automatically underneath the product. So first stage, you don't need any manpower to remove the product. The second stage, we are automatically making a stack of 2 levels from pallets. So basically, even more filling the container, and this is also quite an economy for logistic costs, so you are capable to fill the container almost 100%. So, and the last stage is delivering the products on our already existing equipment, which is already tested for many customers, and basically preparing the product for the final stage. So this is a fully automated loading for containers or even trailers. So this is the principle. Here is a little bit of video from our factory, and you are always welcome to come out to our facility to check out the line if you have some ideas or questions or proposals. So yes, we are here near Riga, and the line can be checked, and you can come for some coffee. So thanks a lot again, and we'll see you at our factory.
Thank you, Mārtiņš. Peak Save is the name of the project. We're gonna see video in a short while. They have developed smart sensors and an approach that intelligently shifts energy consumption patterns to the most cost-effective hours, resulting in a significant cost savings for the consumer and reduced strain on a grid during peak demand periods. In a collaboration with the DATI, the startup plans to improve its algorithm and gain additional experience in the board system optimization. Please, video.
Hello, my name is Mārtiņš. I'm from the Peak Save, and we are offering to boost your electricity earnings by participating in grid balancing, because we are developing the platform that will gonna aggregate and balance the grid. So our uniqueness is our knowledge in the market. We know how to overcome the barriers. We know how to predict better energy consumption. During the Innovation Academy, we have validated our business idea, and we have met with a lot of mentors and the clients and the partners that helped us to get closer to our goals. Now our future goals are actually to be prepared for a grid balancing, grid synchronization with the European Union, to extend to the Baltics, and after extending to the Baltics, extend to the European Union and globally with our service that we provide.
Next story will be here, and Aleksejs Jurenoks, a representative of FIV, will tell us more about the company which started and engaged in adult training, but since 2016 its main focus has been innovation, new product development and training for children. Please.
Hello everyone, nice to see you here. So, as you get from the main title and also basically from previous words, we are working on education, and basically we look for solution how we can automate and make education more intelligent, basically not just provide you with some predefined scenarios, but basically give you what you are really looking for and solve the common problems that comes today not only in higher education or basically at school education. Well, students or kids are not able to complete their tasks. And inside this project, we work not only on model, basically on program part solution or artificial intelligence based solution, but we also looked for solution to trying to create the robot, trying to create equipment that suits for kindergartens and providing basically support of education instead of the teacher, instead of the support groups that works with the kids. The main process starts with Latvian partners and Norwegian partners that comes from one of the biggest network of private kindergartens that always are looking forward to implement new solutions. And when we established the cooperation, we found the common problem that you can spend a lot of money for your kids, but everything what you are buying is suitable only for some hours, and then it becomes boring. They're looking for something more interesting, more solution, and that's why we are looking how we can improve this. So we start basically speaking about the project result. Our task was to find out ways of curriculum automation for adaptation it to kids or to student needs. Then we go to education assistant looking for online solution, because online this means student model, or basically the final model that calculates and provides the final result. And the last one was education assistant, or a small robots that gives the task for the kids, or basically calculates the results or feedbacks that comes from this process. I won't read all novelty, but we are proud that we were able to find that this is a huge gap. There are no existing solutions that provide a similar approach that was looking for trying to get information without any predefined assessments, because when the kids come or the students come, first of all, in all processes we provide pre-assessment process that takes time. It's basically takes also efforts to evaluate the process, but we are ready to start without pre-assessment and ready to teach, giving what you're really expecting. The model of basically artificial intelligence models are implemented for selecting scenarios and generating the scenarios, generating the tasks that that suits for needs. Of course, nowadays, I think all of us, we're using different language model, different artificial-based models to generate scenarios, and it was implemented in this. And as a practical one, we are proud that our tool, our robot, and our models nowadays was implemented in 5 kindergartens here in Latvia and in 2 kindergartens in Norway, and we get really good results, and now trying to share it more widely. Thank you.
Thank you. Adventum Tech Limited is a Latvian-based company that focuses on development and revolutionary hardware and software for unique applications within construction, production, mobility, and energy sector. SIA Adventum Tech has prepared the video, and please let it roll.
Hey. We are Adventum Tech, company that was founded in the end of 2020 in Riga, Latvia, and we revolutionized the construction industry. With our first product, LiveLoad, we are measuring invisible. We developed a system that is being applied on temporary support systems to monitor its live load bearing during the fresh concrete structure production process. With Norway grants, we are upgrading our existing LiveLoad solution, making it more sustainable and long-lasting. In the end of the project, we will have more modern solution with long-lasting battery systems, quicker computing power, and more efficient solution in the end that will be applied on day-to-day construction activities.
And yeah, the day today together with us is coming to an end, but we will have again one short interview and I believe a very interesting story, because now I want to welcome on the stage a person who worked as a doctor in rehabilitation medicine for 30 years, the last 12 years in Norway, and now has worked with 2 Latvian companies to help develop welfare technology prototypes. Pavels, Mustafins, Norway Grants partner, please.
Good day. Paldies par ielūgumu. Es varu pavaicāt, kan jeg spørre om det noen fra norske kolleger her, bortsett fra programleder her? So, we are speaking about Norwegian grants. And I understand I'm the only one standing here from Norway. Do you know why? What is tomorrow in Norway? Yeah, it's a big holiday, it's National Day. And I'm speaking about something very sensitive now. We speak about traditions, how we did it for years, against innovations and collaboration and so on. So when you go somewhere, you have to count to the traditions at first. So I will speak shortly about 2 projects or about program, because projects themselves, they were spoken about for 1 year ago. 1 year ago they were presented here. So 2 projects. One is scanning of body surface for patients with burn injury. And the second one is production of 3D printed orthotics or fixation devices for patient with burn to avoid contracture or further complications. Idea came from the rehabilitation and physical medicine rehabilitation environment in Latvia for some years ago. Those companies, Cast Print and Rehat, who are also standing here by the table here, they know from before, they know the new company. They were producing orthotics and corsets for years before the program was started. So there were some discussions about the technology and applicability in Norway and applicability also in Latvia. So burn injuries in Norway, there are about 10,000 patients who are seeking medical help per year. Several hundreds are admitted to hospital because of the heart condition, you can say. And about 100 are being admitted to the specialized burn center in Haukeland hospital in Bergen. And for those who are admitted to Haukeland, mostly they are kids under 3 years of age, mostly they. Traditionally, it's being used in medicine through the world, so-called 9% mapping system. When body surface was measured by, you see, this approximate scheme, out of how big surface is being damaged by the burn. Or there is also other method, it's like palm or plantar method, when we think that it's like 1% of the body surface, palmar, but all those systems, they are not applicable for kids, because kids have other body proportions. And as you saw, they are mostly kids who are being admitted to the specialized care. Rehabilitation is pretty complicated. It should be started early. And the main complications, like mechanical complications, the contractures, where there is decreased mobility of some articulations, pains, scars, skin scars, and of course psychological and other problems. And there are many types of burn injuries, mostly thermical, but they can be chemical and radiological and so on. So they are different ones. Shortly about the project, as I told you, we were speaking about that for some months before it was started. And there was project opening conference. It was in June 2022. You see here representatives from Rehat and from Castor Print. You see also, if you can see something, this is Professor Aivars Vetra. I think he is the most known professor in rehabilitation in Latvia through the years. He was one of the initiators. There was a visit to the laboratory, like physical visit. They have a good team of dedicated persons. Physically, they are situated in the same place where this rehabilitation department of Riga Hospital or Austrumslimnīca. And conference, it was in March, where it was spoken about some results, about the future implementation, and problems underway. Thank you.
Okay, I have some questions. Please join me and sit down. Can you share some notable achievements or success stories that have resulted from your collaboration with the Rehad and Casprint? What did you say?
The biggest success by now is in Latvia, because they have introduced those orthotics for patients with burn in Latvia in different hospitals here. And I know that they got some good feedbacks from the doctors. It's not like statistically on the paper yet, yeah, but they have good results.
What do you see? What were the biggest challenges you encountered during the period of your collaboration?
Yeah, in the beginning it was during the pandemics, some physically, it's pretty hard with admittance of the external patients or external persons to the hospital in Norway, especially during the pandemics. It could be mentioned, and of course some technical problems or some like normal problems while they developed the technology. Like when they scanned babies, it was complicated to distinguish in between body surface and body volume. And when they made those orthotics to extend extremities, there were some problems with some pressure points and like technical problems.
How do you see how the economy of Latvia and Norway can benefit in this kind of collaboration you had with these two companies? What could be the influence in the future? What do you see?
Yeah, as a doctor, I don't think I can answer about the economy. But, like rehabilitation is actually in Latvia, if you go into statistics and where the money are going and where are the problems in rehabilitation, like stroke, it's a condition which is mostly debilitating if you compare all the diagnoses, and it's complicated for the patients, for the family, for the society in many ways. Latvia statistically is on the first place in Europe in incidence of stroke for men and for women. And in comparison to the other countries, like if you compare women, incidence is almost twice as high if you compare to those best countries. And for men, it's like 2-3 times higher than in comparison to the best countries in Europe. So it's a big problem.
And what do you see? What could be the solutions in the further future and maybe in development of the project?
We are speaking of assistive devices, and it's a part of the rehabilitation medicine. And of course, a lot should be done, like research, but a lot should be done also, like as application into the clinical practice.
Okay. How do you envision the future of your collaboration with Riga and Kasprint, and are there any new initiatives behind already the project? Maybe you have started already new ideas, new researches?
The plan is that they have to visit Haukeland, the specialized departments, like burn department and rehabilitation department there, to show technology practically, and probably introduce it or show in the other rehab centers in Norway in the future. And of course, they need more time to develop technology further, because like this rehab project needs more like computer learning. They have to learn the system about body scan. They need data. And the second project in Kasprint, they made like 3 prototypes for wrist, for elbow, and for knee. But they surely need much more prototypes for different articulations.
How do you find it was easy or work in this Norway Grants program, the application, all the project? How do you find it was understandable, accessible?
For me, it was easy. I don't know about Latvian colleagues. For me, it was easy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your expertise.